Hi, this is Andy Braitman and welcome to Braitman Studio again. Today we're going to talk about stretching a canvas. I'll give a quick demonstration and I'm not going to go through the whole process. It takes a little time, but I'll give you the directions on how to do it. There are different philosophies, but the way I was taught was to middle staple each side of the stretcher first. So I staple those first and then I'll go systematically from the center to the corner. Center right, center right, center right, around all four edges of the canvas or the stretcher. And then I usually pop the center staple out because I've stretched it too tightly. And since I have something to stretch against, I then go center left, center left, center left, catching the corner at each time, and that's a hospital corner. Beginning of the stretching process, and we're going to probably take a break because it's just stretching. But if not, well, we'll see what happens. So I pull down, and my job here is to align the weave of the fabric along the edge of the canvas. I'm not pulling as tightly as I can. This is a dog stretch, by the way. It's not leprosy. And I'm lining this up with the weave of the canvas, and then I will take the staple down, and I will tap it in. I won't pull it tightly because it may have to come out again. Again, I'm just stretching this so it's straight, so it stays along the weave. And I want you to see what I'm doing because will get more important when it gets tighter. I'm stretching against that weave. I take my thumb and I slide it down, keeping the tension that I've gained, and staple in the middle. While I'm still holding the tension, I go about a fist's width, about 4 inches, slide down, staple, and on this one I'm going to take it all the way to the corner because we're going to have to come back and do that later. And then I flip it, and then go center right again. So again, I'm lining up this edge of the weave of the canvas so it sits up. And that's it. And I'll go around and we'll catch you when I get to the other side and I'll show you how to do the corner and do the other center left, center left. Hi, this is Andy Braitman again, and we've already stretched this canvas on the four in the middle. We've tacked all four middles, and then we went center right, center right, center right, lining the weave of the canvas up with the corner of the stretcher. Now we're ready for the second half, and usually I'm gonna pop, you see this little dimple in the fabric. It's because as this tightened up, my initial stretch wasn't tight enough, so you're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers, and this is a canvas plier. I'll show you how to use that, and then your staple. You take this staple out, and usually it's tight, it's tacked too tightly to pull, so I use the weave of the canvas to help pull the strength of the canvas. And this is a number 10 cotton duck, so it's a very heavy canvas, and it'll hold the pressure of pulling that staple. If you have a smaller weight canvas, you may not be able to do that, and you'll just need to get another implement to pull underneath that. Then I re-stretch this centerpiece, taking out that little dipper, and then I proceed in the same way I did the first time. I'm going center left, but I already pre-fold the corner, and the corner is a hospital corner. I'll show you how that works. You take this edge, fold it across to the center, to the inside corner of the stretcher. Use this finger to form this seam along this edge of the canvas, and that's your hospital corner. My mom taught me to do that when making my bed. Thank you, Mom. And then stretch this down. Again, this time you're stretched against the staples you did on the first time, so you can pull this as hard as you want. And that's where the canvas pliers come into being. Some people, I wouldn't normally just go up against a wall and pull, but let me show you how to use the canvas pliers. They've got a little foot on this end, and I fold the canvas over so I can get a good grip, and then use that foot to pull that weave of the fabric down. Take my thumb, retain the tension, take it around the underside of the stretcher, and staple. I'll do that again. And I'll only do it one more time because if I do it more, I'm going to have to undo that corner. So I'll show you one more time on this side. I'll fold this, roll this canvas up, take the canvas pliers, and grab onto the canvas as thickly as I can roll it, using that foot to establish some pressure. I'll work it down the edge, take my thumb, hold it around the block, staple it down. And now I'll catch the corner. Since I've already folded it, all I have to do now is retain that fold, and it's hard to stretch against that corner, so I just use the ease that the pliers give me to push down. And I pull down on that corner, take my staple it, and then there's usually enough tension for me to just hold that corner tautly, since I do want you to hear the beginning of that tympanic sound, the vibration of a taut canvas. You're really using all of your senses to get this tight. You're seeing it, so you're looking for wrinkles. You're hearing that tympanic vibration of a taut canvas, and there's got to be another sense involved, and we'll figure that one out. Thank you.